Hey guys, welcome back to Geography Day 2. Today we're going to kind of rush through a lot of things today to keep this video under 15 minutes. So if I start getting ahead of you or you need more time, just pause the video at any time and you can kind of take your time through each step. Okay. Today's goal is to go through and teach you how to do some things using eClass and Google for those of you that need a refresher. And so let's just get right into it. Okay. So eClass is going to be your best friend, right? That's no surprise, especially those of you who have been in Gwinnett for a while. Everything is done through eClass. It's a combination of eClass and Google. Those are my two venues. And so today we're going to walk through step by step how to do a few things. I'm going to have you prove to me that you know how to do these types of things by creating a Google slide and putting some things on it. So here we go. I sent this out in an email a couple days before school started. This is just to help make eClass a little bit more organized for you. And so if you had not walked through this yet, just pause the video and walk through these steps. It'll help you just be a little bit more organized and kind of pin things in order that you want them. Okay. All right. Accessing G Suite. This is very, very important because most of the things that I'm going to put on eClass are going to be run through Google. And it won't let you view them unless you are logged into your county Google account. And I have them set that way on purpose so that only people in Gwinnett County can access these. So in order to view those and to get into my Zoom links, you will need to access your G Suite. So log on to eClass. You'll get to a homepage that looks very similar to this. And all you have to do is click G Suite for Education. It'll open up a tab and log you into the county Google account. Just leave it open and you can access everything you need to access. Okay. And so this is how you do that. All right. So the first thing I'd like you to do is go ahead and click on that G Suite for Education. It will open up a new tab that gives you the Google account for your for school. Excuse me. And then there'll be a little waffle icon on the right hand side. You click it. One of the options will be Google Drive. Go ahead and click on that. Google Drive will open, and then you're going to click on the new icon, which should be in the left hand side of the page. A little drop down menu is going to come on, and you're going to click on Google Slides blank presentation, and that'll open up a new presentation. Again, if I am going too fast, I realize I'm going really fast because I have a lot to get through today. Just pause it and just resume it when you're ready. Those of you who are using Chromebooks, screenshots can be a little tricky if you don't know how. There's no print screen button on a Chromebook. So the way to print screen is to hold Control and the Windows switch button, which looks like this, right? Depending on what type of Chromebook you have, it might look a little bit different, but this is the button you're looking for. And so you'll hold this, click that, print screen, right? If you're using a desktop computer or a laptop, you'll literally just push the button that says print screen. Okay. Phone, you know how to take a screenshot. Everybody knows how to do that. So if you don't, there's lots of YouTube videos to help you with that. So what I'd like you to do in your Google slide that you have open that you've created is I'd like you to go to Google and I would like you to research your favorite animal. Okay. And then click on images and you'll get a screen that looks like this. Okay. And I would like you to screenshot that. And you can either do the Windows switch button and shift. If you're using a Chromebook, you can click print screen. If you're using a laptop or a desktop computer. And if you're using your phone, just take a picture of your screen. And then I would like you to paste that on slide 1 of your Google Slides presentation. Okay, and it will look like this, only instead of elephants, you might have something else. Okay, I want the whole thing, not just right click, copy one image. I want the whole screen printed. Okay, so there's slide 1. Again, if you need more time, just pause. If you need help right clicking on a Chromebook, you just use 2 fingers and you just tap the touchpad, and that's how you right click on a Chromebook. Surprising how many people don't know how to do that. Okay, cropping images. Cropping is going to be a very big part of this class, especially when we get to our projects. You're not going to want an entire image of a soccer player. It's going to take up too much space. And so we need to teach you how to crop on Google Slides. It's super easy. You click a little button that says crop. It looks like two L's kind of put together. You click the image and a little box will appear, and you just kind of place the box around the image that you want to crop, or the part of an image you want to kind of zoom in on, or you want to delete the rest of the image and you only want to zoom in on part of it. Okay, so we're going to have you practice this. So find an image of your favorite musician or group or band, and you are going to paste the image of that musician on your slide 2. Then you're going to crop that image. Okay, so say, I've got a little image of the Beatles up here. Let's say I just want to crop out just a picture of him. I'm going to click the little crop picture icon at the top of the page, and I'm going to put my box around him. And when I let go, it will just take that image. I'll right click, select copy, and then on slide 3, I'm going to paste that cropped image of whatever you did. Okay, so slide 1 is your printed screen of your animals. Slide 2 is a picture of your band or musician that you like. And then slide 3 is a cropped image, a cropped zoom in of that of slide 2. Okay, copying and pasting without formatting is very important. If you take something from the internet, words from the internet, and you paste it, it's going to show up as a different style font and a different size font. And what we want to do is we want to match the font of the Google slide. And what we're going to show you today here is going to take out a lot of steps, right? Because the font's going to be different. So then you got to go through and highlight the whole thing and change the font size to match, and then change the font style to match the type of wording. And so there's a really easy way around that. Okay. So when you do that, when you're copying something, you take some words and you right click and you copy them as seen here. And then when you go to paste them, you're going to paste without formatting. So instead of Control V, you're going to right click, and that will give you the option to paste or paste without formatting. Click paste without formatting, and what that will do is what you'll see down in the right hand corner is it matches the style and size font of the rest of the Google slide. Okay, it's very, very important when we're using information from the internet and we want it to look uniform on the things that we're creating. So I'd like you to do a Google search about your favorite country or a country you want to learn more about. And on slide 4, you're going to copy and paste without formatting, right? Example, let's say I wanted to look up a stupid rule in Germany, right? Every country has those stupid rules that are outdated. Like it's, Michigan has a rule where the government will pay you 5 cents for every rat you kill and bring to the state capitol, right? That's just some old rule that they made, some law they made to when rats were running rampant. Okay, and so you're going to paste that on slide 4, but make sure you're paste without formatting, and that will match the format of the Google slide. Okay, pause if you need more time. All right, next is duplicating slide. This is super easy. This is a teacher trick that's used all the time if we want to keep the formatting of our Google slides similar, is we duplicate the slide and then we change the words on the second one. So what you're going to do is the slide that you just made, that you copied without formatting, you're going to right click that slide and you're going to click the option duplicate slide, and it will make a copy of that slide, and that's what we're looking for, right? We just want to make sure you know how to duplicate slide. I promise that will come in handy when we start doing projects this semester and you want to keep the formatting uniform of your slides. Information changes, but the formatting stays the same, right? And that'll make a lot more sense as we kind of go throughout the school year. Okay, so again, the next slide, you're duplicating your country's fun fact. Right, that's why you see 2 of my faces. Probably has a little bit more hair than I do, but we won't say anything. Okay, so now we come to the point where we need to turn this in. So the first thing you're going to do is you are going to click the orange share button in the right hand corner. Now, when you click that, you'll get a slide that looks like this. Now, please forget about the top half. I do not want you to email this to me. This isn't going to email this to my school email account. This will email this to my county Gmail account, which I think I've checked twice. So if you do that, I'm not going to get it because I just don't check that email. So make sure that you are not typing in my name and sending it to me that way, that you are clicking the bottom one where it says get a link. Okay. It automatically defaults to anyone can view this. This is important because this does not give me the ability to edit your slide. It just gives me the ability to see it. All you do is click copy link, and then you're going to go to back to eClass. Okay, let me, and you're going to go to, you're going to click the assignments icon, and then you will see a bunch of folders here for August 13th. You're going to click on the one that is your period. So if you're in second period, you'll click on, and you will click on, mine looks a little different. You'll, sorry. Technical difficulties. You will click on, I think it's new post. All right, it's not working. Sorry guys. This is real time love. Okay, you click on new post and you'll just paste the link in that post and then submit it that way. Okay, and you've seen that slide already. Okay, now before you turn it in, I'd like you to rename your slide. So go back to your Google slide and click in the box right here. It'll kind of made up some name for you, probably using the first words. And I'd like you to name it your first and last name, Digital Norms. So the example is Melissa Margulis, Digital Norms. Okay. And that just helps me grading, as I, obviously don't know you yet, to make sure that you're accounted for. Make sure that when you're on these, that you're going to the right period. It just makes sure that your assignment gets counted, and it helps make it a little bit easier. Okay. Okay. Hopefully you were able to kind of breeze through that. I know a lot of you that was really, really easy and things you already know how to do. And that's what I'm hoping. We just want to make sure that everybody's on the same page and kind of knows what to do. Tomorrow we're gonna play a game. I'm not gonna record tomorrow's lesson, right? Because Fridays aren't optional days, but they're usually days where we're doing something to help you learn something we've already done, or review it, or do something fun, an activity. And so that's what we're going to do tomorrow. It's called Survival in the Desert. So that's only really going to be available for those of you who are able to log in the Zoom sessions in the mornings. And so hopefully you're able to join me tomorrow for that, for our Survival in the Desert activity. If not, then I will see you on Monday. Next week we start content next week. It is very important that starting Monday you are on point and you are responsible and you are getting work. We're gonna take some notes on Monday over some very, very important things. The layout of our days is usually there will be some type of information given in the first part of the period, and then an activity or in a formative assessment like a quiz or something like that the second half of that class period. So it's very important that you're staying up to date to what we're doing, so you don't get left behind, right? Parts of Friday will be designated to kind of give you time to catch up on things you missed, but we want to make sure that you're staying on track and you're learning things on time. We will have a midterm, we will have a final exam, so you are going to be held accountable for this information, right? And we're in high school now, so our grades kind of count and carry over and help decide what colleges we go to. So I know this is a little bit overwhelming for you, but right, these first couple of days we just wanted to do kind of intro stuff and get to know you and kind of know how our vibe is. But starting on Monday, we're in the grind. So I hope to see you tomorrow in the Zoom session. We're going to have a fun activity. It's called Survival in the Desert. It's a good time, and hopefully I will catch you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.